Hello guys, and welcome to another of my top 10 videos. Now today I'm starting off on a small mini series in the top 10 series. It's going to be top 10 Pokemon that should get Mega Evolutions in X and Y. Now I'm dividing this into each region, so Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh and Nova, simply because I can't choose 10 out of all of them. I have to have a smaller section to choose from, if you get what I mean, because I can't really choose very well. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it nonetheless. So 10 for each region is what I'm kind of guessing will be kind of the numbers anyway. Like 10 from each region seems a good number. I'm not including starters, obviously, because I'm assuming they're all getting confirmed Mega Evolutions, like obviously Charizard and Blastoise and Venusaur already have. And I'm also not mentioning the ones that already have Mega Evolutions, because there's no need to mention them. So yeah, today we're starting off with Generation 1, so Kanto. I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get this thing started off. First up, in number 10 slot, I have chosen Kabutops. The reason for this, or one of the reasons for this, is because of its kind of scythe-like hands. I feel that if it got a Mega Evolution, it could get some sort of like bulky scythe-like hands, some really cool ones, or maybe sort of like scissor-like, I guess you could say, like arms split into two and then you could use them as scissors, or just some huge scythes, sort of like Mega Garchomp's Mega Garchomp, since it has like kind of like blade-like arms, I guess you could say. So I think that would be cool on Kabutops, and also the fact that it could get some sort of armor upgrade as well, could be a lot more bulky and stuff. I think it looked pretty cool, and this kind of goes along with Omastar, that's it. Because that, obviously, if Kabutops were going to get a Mega Evolution, I assume Omastar would get one as well, except I have kind of less ideas for that, which is why I put Kabutops here instead of Omastar, because Kabutops is an awesome Pokemon, and I really feel it will give us an awesome Mega Evolution, and also improve the use of the fossil Pokemon generally. Next up, in the number 9 slot, I have chosen Pinsir. Now, Pinsir, I don't know, one of those, but yeah, Pinsir. It's been kind of deserving of an evolution since probably the second or third generation, really. It's been deserving of one. I feel like it should have had one already, but since it seems like instead of giving them evolutions, they're going to give them mega ones, I feel that Pinsir should really just get one itself. You could get some sort of like, its horns could be upgraded massively, some sort of like huge spikes on them, and they could get huge, and its mouth as well could sort of like open up and have more teeth inside, or just sort of like look a bit more awesome. And obviously again with the other kind of the body armor could like a bit more bulky as well, especially in its arms, since they're quite weak at the moment. It could make them a lot more stronger. Maybe it could become a bug fighting type or a bug rock type upon mega evolving, which I think would be pretty cool. But yeah, generally I think Pinsir would make a really cool Mega Evolution. I'm showing some sort of like images on screen as I'm going through this of Mega Evolution like designs, fan-made designs. I'm showing those that I found, or that I can find up here, that sort of like look similar to what I would imagine. So you can obviously see some sort of concept art, I guess you could say, on screen now. So then number 8, we're having Alakazam. Now the reason for Alakazam is, well, Abracadabra Alakazam. I feel that Alakazam should really get one because it's been here since Generation 1. It's been a kind of a staple, it's been a majority of the games actually. So I feel that it kind of earns itself one over, it's just kind of like its endurance over time, I guess you could say. I think Alakazam's Mega Evo would be pretty cool as well. It's got 2 spoons in its normal form, so maybe it could get like 4 and like be holding 2 in each hand, or maybe it could like float in the air and have like 2 in its feet as well, or its feet could become hands, or so, I don't know, some crazy thing like that. I think would be pretty cool. And you know, it could call like this huge whiskers mustache thing, could get even longer. It could sort of like have some sort of like mustache or whisker like extensions coming off the back of its head, etc. I feel that would be pretty cool. Next up in number 7 we have Gengar. This appeared on my top 10 Generation 1 Pokemon list, so you know, it understands that it appears on my top 10 Pokemon that should get Mega Evolutions in X and Y list from Generation 1. Simply because I think it should get one. Looking at the concept art I'm showing on screen now, that looks pretty cool with the tail. I've also seen one that's kind of like it's kind of lost its feet completely. It's sort of like a ghastly version, but with sort of like smoke around it. I feel that'd be an awesome Mega Evolution. I think it'd be just amazing to see. And just, yeah, generally it looked pretty cool. Gengar, again, it's been there since Generation 1. It's another of the trading Pokemon like Alakazam is. We have to trade to evolve it. So I feel that it kind of, again, deserves its own. Obviously, I think the King Nappy would be very happy to see a Mega Evolution for King Gengar. Well, not, he might be happy, depending on what it looks like. You know, it is his kind of signature Pokemon, so if it's a terrible Mega Evolution, he's not going to like it too much. Anyway, let's move on to the next Pokemon. Then at number 6, I have chosen Dragonite. Now, the reason for Dragonite is, well, it's one of these pseudo-legendaries, which I think are all going to get Mega Evolutions. In my opinion, they should. Only problem with Dragonite is, what would its stone be called? We have Blaziken Stone being Blazikenite. So what would Dragonite Stone be called? Dragonite-inite. Right, that's going to make a lot of sense, isn't it? But yeah, generally I think a Dragonite Mega Evolution will be pretty damn cool. Obviously concept art is on screen now. There's loads of different stuff they could do. Make its wings bigger, because at the moment it's got pretty small wings. They can make its body slimmer, they can make its arms and legs a bit more muscly. They could possibly put some use in its tail, maybe add a spike on the end. Loads of stuff they could do with it. Its kind of horns, antenna things could become a bit bigger, and it could look more like a dragon in general. Yeah. Next up, at number 5, I have Rapidash. Why Rapidash? Because I feel like a Mega Evolution of Rapidash could be Pegasus, or a very similar version of Pegasus, a fiery Pegasus even. Because that would look awesome. Fiery wings, sort of flying in the air, could be a fire flying type maybe, who knows. And I feel like that would be pretty cool in general, it would be awesome. Just imagine it, you know, Rapidash evolving to some sort of flying Pegasus, fiery wings, fiery, just coming off everywhere. That would look awesome. You can't design it, that would look awesome. Also, Rapidash is a pretty cool Pokemon, so I feel like it should really deserve one. Next up at number 4, we have Lapras. Now, Lapras is on my top 10 Generation 1 list as well, but I feel like Lapras Mega Evolution, Lapras doesn't really deserve an evolution, because I think that would be too powerful and sort of too over the top. But I feel like Lapras should really have a Mega Evolution though, so maybe add some spikes to its back. Obviously it's a water-ice type already, but you know, we can't really do anything with the typing there. But I feel like, you know, bigger horn, some sort of maybe just icy on its body, so its body might be covered in ice. Might have a new ability to power up his ice type moves maybe. Maybe Glaciate, which is what the fossil Pokemon have, or half the fossil Pokemon have for Generation 6. So I think that would be pretty good. What are your thoughts on that, guys? I don't know. Let's move on to number 3, which is Raichu. Now, a lot of people have been saying around the web, I've seen, oh, we want a Pikachu Mega Evolution just for Ash to actually get it. But I don't think Pikachu deserves one. Pikachu is not fully evolved, and I feel that Mega Evolution should only go to Pokemon that are fully evolved. That's just how I see it, you know? Mega Evolution is another step up from Evolution. So when a Pokemon has evolved as far as it can, Mega Evolution is the only option. If it's even an option. As you know, it's not going to affect every single Pokemon. So I feel that Raichu should definitely deserve a Mega Evolution, just for the rare chance that Ash in the anime finally decides to evolve his Pikachu into a Raichu, so he can finally get a Mega Pokemon. Again, I don't really see that happening, because it's Ash and they won't touch Pikachu in the anime, it has to stay Pikachu. But in general, I think Raichu's Mega Evolution would be pretty cool. Obviously concept art is on screen, and the 2 tails I think it is in that art look awesome. You could just imagine Raichu being some sort of powered up, awesome guy. You know, Raichu isn't really a strong Pokemon, electric type Pokemon at the moment, but imagine a Mega Raichu, that'd be pretty cool. Don't know what the ability would be, but it could be something awesome. I don't know, really. Then moving on to number 2. At number 2, I've chosen Gyarados. Why Gyarados? Because there's a water flying type. Over the years, everyone has said it should be a water dragon type. A Mega Gyarados would give everyone the exact chance to have finally what they want, a water dragon type Gyarados. That would be awesome. That's the one reason why I think Gyarados should get Mega Evolution in X and Y, and if it does get one and it's not water dragon type, I will rage, because that is their one opportunity to make everyone happy. And if they don't take it, that is going to be a letdown. Summing up there. And then finally at number 1, I have not 1, not 2, but 3 Pokemon. You're going to be very surprised by this, I think. But at number 1, I have the legendary Kanto Bird Trio. Why, you think? Well, simply because I feel like generally majority of legendaries should get a Mega Evolution, because they are legendaries. They should have access to one of the strongest sort of Mega Evolutions. Going to be very strong, or going to make Pokemon very strong. So legendary should have access to this strong kind of method of powering up. So I think that the Bird Trio for Generation 1 is an excellent way of sort of resembling that. Having a Mega Moltres, a Mega Zapdos, and a Mega Articuno. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any Mega Evolutions of any of these 3 to show you, so I'm going to simply have to go through what I think they would be like. So a Mega Moltres is obviously, it's already kind of flamey, but you know, you could get some sort of awesome, I don't know, some awesome sort of muscly bird, I guess you could say, some powered up bird. You can make its legs a bit stronger, maybe. Obviously, you're going to keep the fire flying on it, you're not going to change its type at all. So generally, I think huge muscly wings sort of things, kind of like Evitar's, I think. But yeah, and then a Mega Zapdos would, well, Mega Zapdos would be, again, pretty much similar. Some sort of like bigger wings, I guess you could say. Its feet, again, a bit stronger, I guess. And its face, you know, huge beak. Stuff. I don't really have ideas, but I think that the best way for Game Freak and the Pokemon Company to sell Mega Evolutions is to give them to legendaries. Mega Articuno, finally, I think it should get a more graceful design. It's already pretty graceful at the moment, but it should keep it. It shouldn't get a muscly one like the other two. It should have a graceful, long wings, sort of like a similar face to what it has now, and then sort of like thin legs and a graceful, long, maybe even longer tail or plumage and stuff. Since it's the most sort of like a bird than Zapdos and Moltres. So guys, those are my top 10 Generation 1 Pokemon that should get Mega Evolutions in X and Y. Bit of a handful, I know. What were your thoughts on my list, guys? Obviously there's all my opinions. Also, these opinions are purely based on my thoughts. I haven't looked at stats at all. I know that some of these Pokemon, if they get a Mega Evolution, might be super overpowered, but I haven't looked at the stats. I don't really care about stats. This is my own concept and ideas, mainly focusing on design, and sometimes just sort of like backstory of the Pokemon. I generally don't look at stats and the metagame. So just throwing that out there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and a comment, and some ideas for more top 10 videos I can do. I'm going to go through all the generations on top 10 Pokemon that should get Mega Evolutions in X and Y, and then I'm going to go back to the top 10 Pokemon from each generation. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you next time. Au revoir, that's goodbye in French.